Hello, Cancers, and welcome to your reading. Today is January the 9th, 2022, but this is a timeless reading, so trust that when you find this video, it was meant to find you. Keep in mind it is also a general reading, so not everything is going to fit. Take what fits, leave what doesn't. All right, this reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising Cancer, and for any cross watchers, welcome. We are going to be looking at the recent past energy, the current energy, and the near future energy. And within each of those, we're going to be looking at the challenging energy at the time, your emotional energy, physical energy, and then the energy of the blessing that was surrounding you. Whether or not you could see that blessing, I mean, it's certainly always in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? All right, Cancers, let's get into this. Spirit, this is for Cancer. May you deliver the message of highest love and healing. Thank you. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. One more good shuffle here. Cancer. Recent past energy. We have the Messenger of Earth. Okay, in the challenge position. In the emotions, we have, wow, interesting. We have the Three of Air and the Three of Cups that came out together here. In the physical, we have the Seven of Earth. And in the blessing, okay, we have the Eight of Fire. In current energy, what do we have? We have the World, as well as the Messenger of Fire. In the challenge, we have the Five of Cups in the emotional energy. Transformation, interesting in the physical. Wow, okay. And for the blessing, we have the Ace of Cups and the Hanged Man here. Your future energy. Your future energy here. We have the Hierophant as the challenge. We have the Eight of Cups as the emotional. Eight of Pentacles, interesting, as the physical, and the Seven of Air as the blessing. We have the Four of Earth, Four of Pentacles with the Three of Wands underneath as the overall energy. Holy smokes, Cancer. Okay, so this overall energy here, especially this Four of Earth, this is very much coming to terms with your own, I want to say with your own energy, with your own being, where you end, where others begin. It's coming to terms with your worth. You know, also acknowledging maybe like in a distorted, sometimes when this energy, like we do have to be very open and honest with energies, right? And look at them as a whole. So as a Four of Pentacles upright energy, this is about knowing your worth, standing for what you are worthy of, acknowledging that, you know, you aren't any less than others. But as, you know, when we're looking at it as a whole, we also have to be very acknowledgeable, like, where are we overstepping other people's boundaries? You know, maybe where are we taking too much from, or not, or closing ourselves off, right? Like it's as much as it's a very self-reflectant number on your worth, it oftentimes with reflection, I always say, comes accountability, right? Because we have to be accountable for what we're allowing within our space. So in the recent past energy, we have the challenge being the Messenger of Earth. I feel like whatever was happening was taking a while. There was the Three of Air as well as the Three of Cups and the emotions. So I kind of feel like you were, for some of you, especially because I feel like for some of you it could have been about love, right? And that doesn't necessarily need to be romantic love by any means, but I do feel for some of you emotionally you have been shut down, whether that was in the past or like in further back in the past. I just feel like that Three of Swords is oftentimes talking about rejection, heartache, you know, swords to the heart or whatever, but you also have the Three of Cups. And emotionally, I'm kind of feeling here like maybe something good was coming in. Something that was kind of like sparking your interest and maybe bringing love back to life within your soul. And part of you was still holding on to like the, well, I still got daggers in my heart. So as much as I'm shocked and excited maybe to see new love coming in, and I could feel it, like, because when love comes in, we don't have the control to be able to say, no, we don't want to feel that. Right? That's what that kind of energy does to it. It's not, we can try to put up walls, but we put up walls out of fear because instantly we start feeling things, right? And I feel emotionally here that there was kind of that battle back and forth. Like you were wanting and starting to feel energies, and part of you was like, hold up, we still hurt. There's still daggers in our heart. Maybe that's not such a good space. So we are going to clarify everything, but that's what's in the emotional. We have the Seven of Earth in the physical. So I do feel like the Seven of Earth is kind of that evaluation energy where you acknowledge that you've done a lot of growth. Okay, it's not that you haven't done growth. You've done growth to get to probably from where the original heartache happened to where you are now. But this is about evaluation. Okay, evaluation of maybe where you are now and how you're going to go maybe forward from here. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Wands as this blessing, and that Eight of Wands is an influenced, a universal influenced energy, okay, where the universe is influencing something that is inspiring change, okay, and it really has nothing there, you have no control over that, okay. The universe is aligning change into your life, and oftentimes when the Eight of Wands comes out, I mean, we can be talking change anywhere from communication, people reaching out via emails, text messages, whatever the case may be, any social media platform really. But it's something where it's inspired by the universe to make things happen. Now in the current energy, we have the challenge. We see the challenge as the world and the messenger of fire, which the world is completions. That's cycles coming to an end, okay? And that messenger of fire, that's the Knight of Wands. And that's, to me, very much an energy of stepping into your authenticity, stepping into your power. Sometimes it can be a very flamey, ego-led kind of energy. And I don't feel that's what's happening here. I feel the challenge is that there is some sort of cycle that has come to an end, some sort of growth and completion that you've gone through. And the challenge here is stepping into the new authentic you going forward from this. It's like you've gone through that growth, you've gone through that change, and now it's like, okay, step into the next version of the enlightened self. And I see that being a bit of a challenge here for you. Emotionally, I see that the Five of Cups energy is here in the current energy. I do feel that there's some healing that needs to happen, especially when in the recent past energy you had the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups, because I feel that good love or something emotionally is inspiring you here, but you're still holding on to daggers. So the only way to go forward and open yourself up is to sit with the shattered cups and do the healing that's necessary. And that's the energy of the Five of Cups, is that energy that needs to be healed in order for you to go forward. Then you have in the physical, you have the transformation energy, which is the Death card. And that's about, I love this depiction because you can see, Cancer, that there's a phoenix rising from this little girl's hand. And that's what's happening here. Is you're transforming self, right? And you're having to go forward and acknowledge that what is in the past must stay in the past, and what you are going forward into in the future needs a new you going forward into the future. And we have to be so, like, change and transformation, like that has to be a part of what we actually allow into our life. That has to be a part of what we put into place. We have the Ace of Cups and we have the Hanged Man and the Blessing. I do feel that in this current energy, the universe is offering you a cup, and as much as this cup of opportunity is being gifted to you, for some of you it is love. The Ace of Cups, there's definitely a lot of love. I do see a lot of love out here, but again, it doesn't need to be just romantic by any means. It can be somebody who's offering you a friendship or a cup of love that way, or a family member that's offering you healing. But I do see that the universe is gifting you some sort of opportunity here for emotional some sort of new emotional beginning. And the Hanged Man energy is here because the Blessing is kind of like that, just allow the universe to unfold this in its time. You don't have to go out looking for the blessing. The universe is going to give it to you when you are at peace, because that Hanged Man energy is just putting yourself in the time out, really relaxing and allowing the divine and the spirit to bring what is to be. Right? In the near future energy, we see the Hierophant as a challenging energy. So for some of you, I mean, the Hierophant can sometimes be talking about long-term, lifetime kind of commitments. And I oftentimes feel it as like that restructuring of self. Now I can kind of see that they're emotionally, I see, because we have the Eight of Cups here in your emotions. Okay. So it's like in this near future that there is still emotions and baggage that you are holding on to. Here, Cancer, okay? And see, and I feel that this energy of the Hierophant, especially in the challenge here, is because in order to actually step into, maybe it is a new kind of lifetime solid commitment, maybe it is a new kind of real relationship or something, that you're stepping into that way. But I feel even if this is you stepping into, because the Hierophant energy certainly doesn't have to just be about relationships. To me, oftentimes it's talking and discussing who you are spiritually, what your structures look like spiritually, and even more so than just spiritually, like what that looks like. What does it look like to you to be a divine being? What does, you know, and what those bases kind of look like in your life. And I can see that that may be a bit of a challenge right now. We have the Eight of Cups and that emotions, because there is still something that you need to walk away from. And see, in the healing part here that needs to happen, Cancer, is burying emotions doesn't heal emotions. Right? But trying to plaster over them and forget that the hurt and the pain and whatever the case may be didn't happen, that's not going to heal it. Okay? It's getting real with whatever actually needs to be addressed, and understanding and acknowledging, okay, yeah, that actually hurt me. This part of that hurt me. And because of that, I fear this coming down the pipeline. You know, I fear a rejection like that. I fear being stabbed in the back. I fear whatever the case may be, right? I'm afraid of that. But by carrying those fears with you, you're continuing to carry the emotional burden forward. You see what I'm saying? We have the Eight of Pentacles here. And again, this Eight of Pentacles is the eights, and 8 is a very changing kind of number. And you have 3 8s on this table here. You have the Eight of Wands, which is the Eight of Fire, the Eight of Cups, which is the Eight of Water, and then the Eight of Earth, which is the Eight of Pentacles. And that Eight of Pentacles energy is about the determination to continue to put the work in that needs to happen to align yourself to the change and to the prosperous future. Okay? And the Seven of Swords at the end here, which we're going to clarify why and how the Seven of Swords. Interesting enough, to me, this is always like getting the ducks in the row, the Seven of Swords. But that's really the energy of the Seven of Swords can sometimes be talking about illusions, right? And that Spirit is removing the illusions so that you can actually see. And maybe that's really what's happening here, is that Spirit is opening the illusions, right? As you do the work to the healing, it's like this, maybe it's this illusion that this healing is gonna be massive, or you're not gonna get through what you think you need to get through. And Cancer, I don't think that's the case. Okay, let's get into clarifying this. So why is this Four of Earth the overall energy here? Why is the Four of Earth the overall energy here for the Cancers? Why is the Four of Earth the overall energy here for the Cancers, Spirit? Wow, Two of Cups, Ace of Cups. Oh, the Hanged Man. Holy, and the Magician. Okay, yeah, so, I mean, I can't, yeah, so for some of you, it's certainly going to be some sort of romantic connection, because look at here, we already have the Two of Cups back out again, followed by the Ace of Cups. Okay, there's some, I feel like this Four of Cups energy, this overall energy, is because there is for some of you this relationship about blending forward, but I do feel like a big part of it is what cup are you taking forward to this? Okay, because look, this is about standing in your own power, and that four of Earth is about knowing you're worthy of that. Okay, knowing you're worthy of blending your energy, knowing you're worthy of bringing your cup to this partnership, for sure. And look at this, it's like Spirit's kind of like, it's almost like you're hanging back here with that Hanged Man energy, kind of just like, okay, so what do I have to offer? That's for this. And this Magician energy is like all the power that's within you. And I kind of feel like it's almost like Spirit's like, dude, this is how wonderful you are. This is how much, this is how, almost like how much you are prepared for this situation, I feel. Like this is how you have all of the pieces that are going to fit for whatever this case may be. Because I feel like this Ace of Cups, like this is a gift from the spirit, from the universe. The Aces of Cups are always gifts from the universe. Aces are gifts from the universe. And I feel like that it's almost like Spirit's giving you this cup and being like, look at the cup you have to offer for this, whatever this is, right? Look at how worthy you are of blending your energies here. And I feel like it's almost, I feel like this Hangman could almost maybe be for some of you that like, it could almost be like it's a bit of a, like you believe it, but you're not sure you believe it. Right? Because that Hanged Man energy is kind of just like, okay, well, I'm just going to have faith then and let the universe take over. But there is this acknowledgement of how much power you pertain within your own being here, Cancer, okay? This Magician energy is something that's very important, because the Magician is somebody who acknowledges that what they want to manifest and co-create within life, that is within them. Okay, that power is within them. And it's just us tapping into the powers that we have within us that aligns us to be able to create and manifest these massive lives. that, you know, and these dreams come true that we want to see. And that I do see happening for you, absolutely. But again, it comes with knowing you are worthy of actually like accessing those powers within inside of self. It's like, to me, it's almost like it's that lesson of actually realizing what a powerful, strong being you are here, Cancer. Because I feel like some of you have second guessed that. So why is this Messenger of Earth the challenge here in the recent past? Wow, we have the Mother of Swords, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Tower. Wow. Okay, so this Messenger of Earth, this is the Knight of Pentacles, and he's the slowest moving knight. Now, knights are all about forward movement, okay? And the Knight of Pentacles is an energy about being determined, showing up, committed, putting one foot in front of the other, you know, doing the work that needs to be done, being committed to the change in the direction that you want to go. We also have the what's clarifying this is the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles with the Tower. You see, here's that clarity, because the Queen of Swords is often an energy of truth and clarity and going forward. And see, you are moving towards the Ace of Pentacles as new beginnings. That's a new opportunity, some sort of new tangible beginning that is taking place here. And I feel that's what you are moving towards. I feel like in your mind you were very clear on the new beginning that you were setting. And the Tower energy comes up here because whether that was the universe that was shaking up the direction that you thought you were going, you know, maybe for some of you, you were just so focused on this new beginning and it wasn't going to, you know, it was just going to be this and this and nothing else was going to get in. And Spirit was like, man, that might not be the plan. For some of you, again, it was, you know, there was a Tower moment that probably shook some stuff up and kind of like forced you or pushed you down the line into the new beginning, whether that was your choice or not. The Tower isn't necessary. The Tower is never our choice, okay? The Tower is the universe coming in to shake the shit out of stuff, because what is standing, the structures that are standing, aren't serving. They need to go, okay? I do feel, though, for some of you, though, that a little bit, I'm feeling, I don't know why, but I'm feeling like that Tower energy very much has like, your mind was made up that you were going this way. This was the direction. Like, it was like you had control over, well, okay, I'll go forward, but I'm only going forward in this direction. I'm only going forward with this kind of new beginning. And maybe for some of you, that was a very closed kind of cold energy, because the Queen of Swords can sometimes be very cold. In a distorted energy, it goes from being clear and truthful to being cold and resentful, right? And so, and I feel like for some of you, especially because emotionally, we still have that Three of Swords and the Three of Cups. So I feel like for some of you, where you thought that new beginning was going to be was one that came with maybe a bit of a bitter heart, okay? And then the universe was like, no, I know you think that's where we're going, but that's not where we're going. So let's clarify this emotional energy here. Yeah, we got the Ten of Swords and the Page of Cups. Yeah, look at that. And the Son of Pentacles. Holy shit. So this Three of Swords and this Three of Cups, right? Here's this heartache and this rejection. Okay, these are the swords stabbed in your heart, stabbed in your back, stabbed all over. And then here's this new love and opportunity coming in. And then clarifying these two energies, we have the Ten of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Son of Pentacles. Because there's bullshit that must end. Okay, there's heartache and there's pain that's still laying here within your soul that needs to go. Okay, you're still holding on to some sort of daggers. All right, look at that poor beast. That's what you're still carrying. And look, the opportunity and the new beginning, the Page of Cups, this is about new love opportunities. Okay, and again, that doesn't have to be romantic. Okay, guys, we can emotionally be talking about this on work levels, soul tribe levels, like so many different levels. It does not just have to be romantic love. That's not the only joyful, you know, emotion that we feel. But look, there is a new opportunity here to open yourself up to a new kind of love, to a new kind of emotional fulfillment. Look at that, Son of Pentacles. It's a step-by-step process. Yes, it's slow moving. Yes, it's slow coming. For some of you, it's like an energy that seems to be taking forever to come to you, but probably because you're still holding on to some of these swords. Okay? Whether or not you think you are, I do feel like there's a piece and a part of you that is. You're dragging swords with you. Okay? Let's see the Seven of Earth. Clarify the Seven of Earth for us. Sorry, my dog is whimpering, but only because she's dreaming under the table. Nothing's actually wrong with her. She's just dreaming, Cancer. Probably dreaming of chasing bunnies. Okay. Wow, we have the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Temperance, clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. If that's not clear enough for you, I don't know what is. So the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, like, it's like this perfect growth. Okay, so the Seven of Pentacles is about how you've done the growth and how you've made it to where you are. And now it's like evaluating the growth that you've done and evaluating the way that you're going forward to continue the growth, right? So you have the 6, 7, and 8. So it's like the stepping stones here. So first off the bat, those are the stepping stones. So stepping stone number 1 is acknowledging the energy that you're putting out. Acknowledging what you put out is what you get back in. Okay? Step 1. Step 2, here's the 7 of Pentacles again. So here's that work. You've been putting out good energy. You acknowledge that, okay, I'm, you know, my mind and my soul are on the open path. I'm doing some healing. I'm doing some work. But the 7 of Pentacles comes up now. So it's like, okay, where can I level up? Where can I make the next change? So what do I do next to continue on with the healing? And then you have this 8 of Pentacles, which is a determination. Okay? Spiders build masterpieces all the time. And just because a spider builds a masterpiece, that spider doesn't say, well, that's it. No, spider moves on and builds the next masterpiece, right? And that's the energy of the 8 of Pentacles. It's like, okay, yeah, you've done work. Congratulations. Yes, you have grown. And yes, you have gotten yourself in a better alignment, probably energetically, emotionally, physically, you know, whatever you've come from, Cancer, I get it. You've done some good work. I'm getting back on track here. But now the next step is like, okay, so what's next, right? And the Temperance is the energy. I love this. The Temperance is, it's the energy of patience for sure. Okay, so again, it's not like anything's happened really quickly here for you. I don't feel like you've been overwhelmed by the speed of this by any means. And for some of you, maybe that's what's frustrating you. But I think had it come in quickly, I think it would have scared you away anyway. Okay, this Temperance is about learning this balance between your faith and the action steps of your life. Of your life. Did you hear that? Yeah, I didn't mean it like that. Of your life. Okay? Here is where you balance out, again, that faith and intuition with what you are actually doing, the steps that you are actually making in your life. Okay? This heron is, I mean, standing in deep water. Okay? And he is confident that he is where he needs to be. Being guided. He is confident of the power that he possesses here. You see, and I feel like that's why this has been a stepping stone for you. I feel like that why this journey of this healing and this growth, I feel probably that it's been a very step-by-step process for you. But it was so that you could understand the balance of it all. And so that you could really understand the power that you possess from acknowledging the growth that you have done. Okay, from acknowledging the balance that you pertain within your own being. Okay, because that Temperance power comes from acknowledging that you can control both the fire and the water essence of your life. Okay, let's clarify this 8 of Wands. How is this 8 of Wands? How is this 8 of Fire, the blessing here in the recent past? 4 of Cups, 8 of Cups. Yep, well, the change was, my dear Cancers, that you may or may not have been looking at situations that didn't work out. Okay, I do feel like there was a bit of you that was kind of hung up looking on situations and cups that got smashed. Okay, things that didn't really work out here for you in the past, and it was almost like you were fixated on those. And then something came in, the universe sparked it, something collabed, and it was kind of like that eye opener, like, hey, wait a minute, there's still other options here. And you have those options, but in order for those options to actually come in, you had to be committed to doing the healing and to walking in the direction of those options, right? Because, I mean, blessings and opportunities, I mean, they come our way all the time. And, you know, for some of you might be like, no, they don't. Options and blessings never come my way. Well, that's because they do come your way. You just refuse to see them. You ignore them. You know, and sometimes we get stuck with these blinders of negativity. And so anything we see or hear coming into our lives, we filter through with our past negative, like, oh, well, we've got our, you know, we've been hurt and stuff in the past. So anything that comes into our life right now has to filter through that negative mindset. And that can't happen, because then therefore you spread that negativity into any of the potential that is to come in your life. And let's keep in mind, you've had some pages pop up in this reading, right? And those pages are the energy of newness. Okay, childlike enthusiasm. Children don't go into situations with the fear that they're not going to be exciting because of, you know, they have some underlying, well, this and this will happen. No, you go into situations with a childlike energy because that childlike energy is what keeps things exciting and new and untold. All right, so the world and the messenger of fire here and the challenge for your current energy. I'm looking outside my window right now and I'm a little annoyed because yesterday everything was frozen and there was snow and it was cold and I was able to ride my horse. Then I woke up this morning and there was rain and mud everywhere. And now, not even like 8 hours later from this morning when it was raining, it's snowing again. So, like, I feel like I feel like I'm prepared to put in a complaint to Mother Nature. Not that she's heard me in the past, but I'm telling you, I'm getting a little annoyed with her. Okay, back to the reading here. The world and the messenger of fire is the challenge. We've got the Seven of Swords. Look at that. There's that freaking illusion again. The sun and the moon. Oh my gosh, Cancer. Holy smokes. Look, it's like this. Okay, so the Seven of Swords is kind of like the energy. See, here's the ending and the completion and you walking into the next phase. And okay, but the challenge of this is almost like, it's almost like you're unsure. Okay, it's almost like you're unsure because the sun comes out behind it and that's the most fulfilling happiness card in the deck. And I do feel like for some of you, there is a very new positive, happy cycle taking in place, but a big part of you is afraid. And we have the moon here because the moon is talking oftentimes about illusions and fear of the unknown. It's about having the faith in the higher and the divine. This is the direct connection to the divine, that hey, my faith rests directly in the divine. Okay, but when it doesn't, then we get the illusion and the fears that, well, maybe things aren't going to really work out. And here it's kind of like the Seven of Swords. I love this depiction because it's like, okay, here, I'll show you my swords, but you keep one hidden because you're afraid that something might trick you yet. And I kind of feel like that can be the challenge here. It's like, okay, I know you say if I do the healing and I do the work and I do what needs to be done, that good things are going to happen. But a part of you is still kind of like holding back a little bit because you're like, man, I don't know if I believe that. Right? That's okay. I get that. Let's see why this Five of Cups is in the emotions for the current energy here. What is the, Nine of Cups, death. Oh my gosh, that death has come out in so many cards. And the Four of Pentacles again. Cancel this. Again, look at this. We have the Nine of Cups. So here's that happiness. So the Five of Cups is about needing to let go of the emotional burdens that you are holding on and carrying. Okay, this is about the need to do the actual healing. Okay, because cups have been spilt. Not all the cups, but cups have been spilt. And you're staring at them and you're not letting them go. And because you're not letting go of the emotions in the broken cups, your fluids and your happiness is just going to keep falling out of the broken cups. But the Nine of Cups came out to clarify here because the Nine of Cups is about being responsible for your own emotional happiness. Okay, it's blessings and good things coming true for sure. The universe definitely rewards those who inspire to fill themselves with happiness and joy and faith, right? Okay, that's the energy here. Now look, the death comes after that though. Here's that transformation energy again, which funny enough, the transformation comes in the physical. So the transformation is needed both emotionally and within your tangible life around you. Okay, and this is about, I do feel like a lot of this, especially when the Four of Pentacles comes after that, here's that self-worth again. See, and this is a massive part that is being released. I feel like emotionally you are carrying around a lot of baggages in which you fully believe you are not worthy of good things coming into your life. Okay, and like by fully believe it, I mean like you emotionally wear those wounds that you are not worthy of things. And I see that is changing here. That is a huge part of this transformation. That belief needs to die. The belief that you are not worthy of happiness, of those good things, like that has to change. Now, also, what also needs to change here is if you think that others are going to be able to make you feel like you are worthy, or make those cups feel full. Okay, because the trick here is you're never going to find anything that fills those cups more than you in spirit. And that's the baseline here. Okay, Cancer, is that until you fill your own cups, you will not find the happiness that you were looking for. And I believe that's a very big part of of this transformation. Not only are you discovering your own worth, but you're also discovering how you are happy and how you are accountable for making yourself feel worthy. Okay? Don't sell yourself to shitty situations or toxic people or whatever the case may be. Don't do that to yourself, right? And that's probably why transformation is coming up in your physical. Let's clarify that. Yeah, well, let's see. Fool, yeah. Fool, Nine of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. Absolutely. This is exactly what I was going to say, that transformation, because you're taking the leap of faith here. Okay, this Fool energy is about taking the leap of faith and going forward, you know, carefree, ready to experience things, you know, again, without that hindering, I don't know, presence of the past, right? Here, look at, you're cutting this shit go with that Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is about lies and bullshit and toxicity that we carry in our souls. Okay, imagine this in your gut. Okay, and that's what you're carrying forward here. And see, the transformation is because you are wanting to change the foundation that you've built your life on. Okay, you are wanting to do some serious growth here. I can see that, Cancer. There is huge I see that this good thing coming in, whatever it is for you, it sparks you. You know, I can see that. I can see that you're eager, you're ready to, and I think part of it is maybe you just don't know the steps for the transformation needed here, but you know, the answers are within you, my love. The healing and all of that direction, it is so deep within you. And I can understand that you're ready to build this new kind of foundation for yourself. Don't be afraid of it, right? Don't be afraid to look at the garbage that is within you and say, okay, it's time for you to be removed, right? It's harder, it's kind of like that dirty Band-Aid analogy, right? And it's almost like you've put a Band-Aid, you've had some wounds and you've put a Band-Aid over that wound, but you didn't really want to raise, sorry guys. You didn't want to take the Band-Aid off. The Band-Aid was on there. Once the Band-Aid was on there, you're like, we're probably just going to leave the Band-Aid on there because I don't actually want to deal with what's underneath there. But now you're getting to a point where what's underneath that Band-Aid is starting to fester so bad that you don't have the opportunity, right? Because you want to go on. You want to be able to be healed and go and do new things in life. And it's like the opportunities and all these new aspects are knocking at your door and you're like, oh, I can't. I still got this wound. You know, and it's almost like life is knocking at your door being like, okay, so take off the Band-Aid, dress the wound, and let's go. Right? Fix that wound so that we can go on forward here. And see, and here's this blessing. The blessing is this Ace of Cups and the Hanged Man. So let's see that energy there, because the universe is gifting you that. Again, the universe is gifting you this Ace of Cups. I do feel like there's a new beginning here for you. That very much, that was a lot of cards. That very much is inspiring you. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Hierophant again, the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. For some of you, for some of you, especially for some of you who this may be a romantic relationship for, there is a divine counterpart here. We have the Three of Cups, the Hierophant, and the King and Queen of Cups. So, I mean, if we were reading this for romance, well, here's your brand new love, and especially because it's on the King, especially because it's on the Ace of Cups, which is an opportunity of new love. And then you got the Three of Cups, which is again is another kind of soul connection, soulmate, soul understanding, right? This goes beyond just intimate connections. This is spiritual connections, friendships. Like this is a very deep kind of soul linked connection. Then you have these real lifetime commitments. Here's the Hierophant, oftentimes talking about marriages and stuff, and then the two counterparts, right? I do feel like for some of you, whatever has come back up in your face to really be like, are you sure you want to close off to the rest of the world? It's almost like we can never do the healing and the changing for people, right? Because then that like healing and change has to come from ourselves. But I do feel like in a situation like this, it's almost like something has come into your atmosphere, Cancer, that you're like, well, like I kind of want to heal, because I kind of, whatever this is going forward, I want to be prepared for that. I want to be able to actually step into that. And whatever you're stepping into, to me, feels like a fairly balanced energy. It seems like something that's very much sparking and encouraging you. And you know what? Solid energies encourage growth. Toxicity doesn't need space for growth, but solid energies and healing energies do. And I feel like you almost know that. And I feel like a part of you, especially because this Hanged Man's back out here again, I feel like a part of you is like just acknowledging that, okay, I need to release, like there is this release of the resistance and your control over it. I think you're just allowing the universe to unfold it. Well, and that's what you need to be doing here, really, is allowing the universe to unfold, bring in the blessing, and then not try to micromanage the blessing when it comes into you, right? Be open to it, right? Continue to, you do the work that's needed on your half, which is the healing and you know, and finding the worthiness and fully believing that, Cancer, and then allow the universe to do the rest. Okay, so why is the Hierophant in the challenging position here in the upcoming energy? The Four of Wands, oh my gosh, the Four of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Cups, because there's change, okay? And for some of you, there could almost be so much positive change that it scares the shit out of you, because sometimes when you have a lot of good things, there's a lot to lose, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is that energy of understanding that even when there's good things, there will always, you know, bad things. I mean, that's just the way that it works. We're not always going to be, it's not always going to be all butterflies and rainbows, right? And again, though, this, like, to me, this challenge is like going the full circle on the healing that needs to happen here. Okay? And if it doesn't necessarily work out, like if for whatever reason maybe things get a little rocky and maybe things don't necessarily go the way you want them to go, this is about having the faith and understanding that I still need to do the healing that's needed. I still got to heal for myself here, not for the relationship. Okay, because if you're just healing for some sort of relationship, like if that's the only reason you're doing this healing, it's going to come up short, because you have to heal for self here. Okay, because you have to understand, Cancer, that you are worthy of the healing for your own being. It's not for anybody else, but so that you are happy and at peace with self. Okay? Eight of Cups. Let's clarify this Eight of Cups here. Gosh, the Mother of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the World. Again, this Eight of Cups is about releasing the baggages, releasing the emotion. Cancer, you are carrying something that you've been very committed to carrying, but it's time that it comes to an end. It's time that you allow the healing that needs to take place. It's time you nurture yourself enough to give yourself the space and the ability and the room and all the support needed to heal what needs to be healed within you. Okay? That kind of healing is, I mean, it takes dedication to commit to the healing, to healing ourselves. Oftentimes I feel like we can show up to be committed to do the growth and that healing. Like, say somebody needed you to step in because they were sick and they were like, hey man, I need you to show up for me and I need you to do this and this and this for me. And what would you say, Cancer? Probably right off the bat, you'd be like, absolutely. You tell me where you need me and I will be there 110% for you. And this is what you're being asked to do for yourself. Okay? Show up for yourself. Show up for yourself and the healing that needs to be done with inside of you. You know, acknowledge the bits and the parts that you're like, okay, well, this is still scarring me, or this is still, and then clarify that. Okay, clarify that with yourself. What part of that is not, what part of that is nonsense? What part of that do you need to, because there is a cycle coming to an end here. There is some serious self-reflection that happened with this Six of Cups energy. And for some of you, this good relationship might go on a break for a bit. It might, truthfully, especially if it's some sort of like mirroring relationship, whether you want to call that twin flames or soulmates or whatever the case you may. I feel like there's like, if, and I mean, that's not going to be the case for everybody, but I do feel like it's the commitment to healing for your own being and nurturing yourself throughout this healing that allows you to complete that cycle and actually move on, not only physically, but energetically as well. Eight of Pentacles. Let's clarify this Eight of Pentacles. Well, the Eight of Pentacles gets the Ten of Cups, the Mother of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Okay. Sorry guys, I just need to let my poor cat is meowing outside. Come on in. He apparently is about as pissed off about the change of weather as I am. Sorry, Asta. Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Four of Swords, clarifying this Eight of Pentacles. And that Eight of Pentacles, as we talked about earlier, that's the work, right? That's the work that and the commitment that you're putting in to changing to just, I shouldn't say changing self, but to continue growing self, right? To continue doing the growth that needs to be put in. We had the 10 of Cups, the Mother of Wands, and the 4 of Swords, because I do feel like this self-reflection, like there is so much happiness and abundance around you, and the 10 of Cups is about that goodness. It's like the happy family card. It's like that ultimate emotions, like this is your good place, this is what you are working for, you know. And I see that that's where you're working towards, and you're working, especially when this Mother of Wands comes up here, because this is the energy about being committed to showing up authentically to what it is that you want and the life that you want. And you know, the 4 of Swords is the inward reflection, right? This is doing that reflection and being accountable for, again, the energies and the growth and the healing and taking the time out when needed. And, you know, like, Cancer, I am really, like, this has been such a beautiful reading. So the 7 of Air, let's clarify that. So the 7 of Air is the illusions, right? And we get the 10 of Wands, the Hermit, and the 2 of Wands. This is about letting go of the things in the past, because a part of you is still holding on to all of the things that have been done wrong against you, okay? Animals, can you guys just all pause here for a second? Dogs, get out of the kitchen, please. So the 10 of Wands, look at here, we still got the burdens, okay? And for some of you, it's going to take this self-reflection of the Hermit and stepping back within inside of your space. And don't be afraid that if you step back from something to do that self-reflection, that it's not going to be there when you come out. Because keep in mind, what is for you will always be for you. There is a need here to look at the directions before you. There's a need here for change, okay? The 2 of Wands is definitely about looking before you and acknowledging where change is needed. And I think you're going to see that. You know, when you release yourself from the burdens and you allow yourself to do this introspection, you will see the change in direction that you are wanting to go down. You are going to see the path that you want to go forward down. And I think that's why this 7 of Swords, you know, this is like where the illusions you can't really escape them anymore. It's like they've come to a front, and now you don't have a choice but to look into them. Are they illusions of fear, or are they truths, right? And I think here, once you really cut away some of these burdens and do the self-reflection piece that's needed, I think you are able to choose and make up your mind, okay, no, this is the path I choose. This is the light that I choose. All right, Cancers, well, we're going to finish off with a Spirit Animal Oracle. This is a deck from Colette Baron-Reid. I am going to read the definitions right from the book because I absolutely love them. And this is a message of encouragement for you, Cancers. This is a message of encouragement for Cancer going forward. What is the message of encouragement you have for Cancer going forward, Spirit? What is the message of encouragement? The Swan, time for a deep dive. Absolutely. Number 60. With their graceful long necks, swans are able to reach into the depths. When the swan spirit arrives, you are called to take a deep dive beyond what is easily available on the surface. You may think you know what is best for you now, but take the plunge into the depths of your awareness, for there is knowledge that you are not aware of and great treasures to discover. Deeper understanding awaits you, and a perspective that comes from a greater self-knowledge is what you need right now to better understand a situation or relationship. As you come to know yourself more intimately, so too will you come to better know others. So Swan Spirit asks you to go beyond the surface of what is happening between you and others and resist the temptation to judge by superficial appearances. Know there is a much deeper potential for loving connections, forgiveness, and mutual understanding. Choose to dive deep into your why, asking the deeper questions of yourself. You are led by the grace of Swan Spirit. Wow, well, that summed that up perfectly. All right, Cancers, that was a beautiful reading. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, take great care of your beautiful soul. Bye now.